All right, so we'll have another session on Thursday. So if anyone was like, oh, I can't make it, we'll do the same exact thing on Thursday for people. And yeah, thanks for joining us. So here's the Google Classroom. And again, we're using this Zoom link for recording purposes, but I'm trying to put all the slides and the recording after the fact in the Google Classroom. So it's good to have this one down. And we'll get started. So this is the brief overview. I just wanted to explain my why, have everyone log in, do accounts. Actually, first I'm going to have you all try the features out, and I think you have already because we used it during a staff meeting. But yeah, we'll have you create accounts and then have you all create a slide deck, a Pear Deck. And there are a couple different ways that you can create it. And we'll also have you add the extension, or you could do that while we're talking. If you haven't added the Pear Deck extension yet to your add-ons, you can do that. All right, so this is my why. So I started using Pear Deck pre-COVID, and I really liked how, so I was teaching from the library. We had not quite gone one-to-one, but all of our freshmen had their own Chromebooks that they took to and from school. And then the rest of our campus, we had Chromebook carts in every classroom, and I had a cart in my library. And so I taught most of my lessons from the library, where students and their classroom teacher would come to me. And I just found that students were paying attention to me more when we were using Pear Deck, and I really liked how they were engaged. Like I was just saying, I love the drawing feature. In my spare time, I love to draw. So I feel like all the interactive slides just really tap into our students' different methods of learning, and they're doing instead of just sitting and getting. So active engagement is awesome. And then also when it comes to formative feedback, like I still use a lot of Google Forms to collect formative feedback, but I feel like it's faster or easier to do it within Pear Deck. Even if I'm still using a Google form, if I put the link in my Pear Deck slide and force students as they're on the slide to click on it, I felt like it just saved me time in collecting the feedback. And then you have the feedback features within Pear Deck as well. And why don't I share this in our chat if I can while we're here. Copy link. And I don't have that chat open yet. Okay. All right, so there's the link to the slides that I'm currently on, and then I'm going to Pear Deck them. So in just a second. So all this, you can watch me Pear Deck my slides right now, and then we'll try out some of the features. So you do need to add the add-on. So if you go to go to your slides under add-ons, if you don't have Pear Deck, you can get add-ons from the store. But I'm going to open my teacher slides and have you try it as a student first, and then I'll walk you through getting the add-ons and creating your accounts and everything. But you saw how I did that. And you can Pear Deck slides that you already have created. So you can layer over material that you've already created for class, which is cool. But I open my slides, I open the Pear Deck add-on, and then I click Start Lesson. You can also go over to peardeck.com and you can log in here as well. And instead of creating a lesson, you will present from a file. So you can open up straight from here, like I just did this grade or 8th grade digital citizenship lesson earlier today. I don't know, I'm just always, I live in my drive, I'm always there, so I open Pear Deck this way. But there are multiple ways you can open your slides. But yes, Heather.
Is it free?
Yes, so there's free access, and then you get expanded features with the premium. So I'm on a free trial of the premium right now, so you all can sign up for 30 days premium. And you have to do premium to get the draw and the drag features. I don't know, I feel like I've been buying a lot of access this year just because of distance learning, and my husband and I budget because we're both educators. We just budget extra cash for purchasing stuff every year. But in my previous district, we had garnered so much interest in Pear Deck that the district bought us all premium access. So maybe that's something, if we get enough people interested, we can propose that. Okay, so add-ons, Pear Deck, it pops open this toolbar and then you just click Start Lesson. And then this is really interesting. I've been reading, so usually I do instructor paced. I don't think I've ever used the student pace, but you can click on student paced and let students work along at their own pace. And I've read a couple of blogs where the student pace can be really good for distance learning. I just haven't tried that feature out yet. Usually I'm on instructor pace. So then now on your end, if you could open another tab or open another tab on a screen, and you're going to go to this link, joinpd.com. So we're experiencing it as a student right now. So joinpd.com, and then you're going to type in the code on your screen. It's going to be XGRUKQ. And as the teacher, you can see on my screen like how many students have joined. So that helps you kind of pace yourself. And then what I'm also going to do as you all are joining the slides, I'm going to open another screen on my cell phone, and I'm going to go on this one. And I could, because we have two monitors, I could open this extra dashboard on my second monitor. But I just want to tell you that there is a, if you go to peardeck.com/dash, this is yet another way as a teacher to view Pear Deck. And I'll try to bring it up on my second monitor to show you. But so pre-COVID, you could pull up the dashboard on your device and it would allow you to control the slides and to interact and give kids feedback while you're walking around the classroom, all from your cell phone. So that was really nice. Okay, and now I can see I have 6 students connected, so I'm going to start my class. And we already talked about these things, and I want to get to the interactive slides. So now, we're going to try our first feature. On your screen, you should be able to write a response to this. What do you hope to get out of this PD session? So go ahead and type a response. I'll give you like 30 seconds. We're just going to try out like 4 of the different feedback features so you can feel them as a student. And as a teacher, you can keep all the responses hidden. And then when you click on this button right here, show responses, as students are typing them, you'll see their responses in real time. So you can pop open all the responses. You can switch around the layout like this. And then you can also view the responses on this device. And when I have you responding to the next question, I'm going to try to pull up this extra dashboard screen. Okay, all right. So thank you for that. And we'll go to the next one. Okay, multiple choice. When is your favorite time to do PD? I think it's kind of fun to show the responses as people are thinking and for the multiple choice ones. So you got to feel that one. Okay, good. Yeah, right now it looks like this 3 to 4 o'clock time period is working the best for people all across the district. Okay, so I'm going to hide the response for that one. Now we're going to try out the drawing feature, which is like the best one. Okay, so I'm going to show responses as you're drawing. But what is your favorite morning beverage? And it's so much fun to watch these come in live time. Okay, and while you're doing that, it's probably going to be on another screen. All right, which screen can you see of mine right now?
The one of, it's the slide of everybody's.
Okay, I think when
We can see all the slides on left. Now we can just see our drawings.
But you can see this one with the slides on the left?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I just opened the teacher dashboard. So you have the simplistic version I was just on, or you can open this teacher dashboard. And what you're seeing right now is the view on your mobile device. So if you open peardeck.com/dash, that's what you can get on your mobile device. And then you can go in here.
Oh, is that bubble tea?
What, I don't know. What is that?
It looks like boba.
Yeah, yummy.
Here, let me make it bigger.
It's Vanessa.
Okay, well, let's look at everyone's beverages. What is that beverage? Coffee?
White mocha?
It looks like tea.
Tea?
I don't know. Whose is it?
Coffee. It's coffee.
All right, Dieter.
Smoothie. See, don't you love how you can draw and then like type text in there
Yeah.
too? And
Mine's water, and then I had to play because I'm me.
What is it, Costa?
It's just water, and then I had to play because I'm me. So,
oh, that one's so pretty.
Chopsticks.
Julia's favorite
Coffee.
color is purple, if you did not know that, or lavender purple. Coffee, yay, we all like coffee. So you can see how your kids would love, oh, you don't like coffee.
I do not like coffee.
I didn't start drinking coffee until I was at least 30 years old. I don't know. It's like I did an army thing and I was surrounded by people who were drinking coffee nonstop. So I joined them.
I actually don't drink coffee either, Costa.
Oh,
I'm always the odd one out.
good for you. You can see how your students would love playing around with the drawing features. And if you're familiar, is anyone familiar with sketchnoting? You've heard of sketchnoting? Well, let's do a session on sketchnoting down the road. Really, it's just teaching kids to draw as they're learning, and there's brain science behind how we retain more when we're connecting images to vocabulary and to our learning. So students love the drawing feature. Okay, let's try. I think I've got a couple more. So let's see. Oh, I got to pop back over here. Sorry, I have so many screens open. All right, do you see the draggable now in front of you? All right, so it's the end of the day on a Tuesday afternoon. How full is your brain right now? Maxed out. I have brain power left. Go ahead, and it's fun to watch people slide around on this one. There is, if you can see on my screen, there's a spot where you can lock the screens. So usually, you know, kids are cruising around with their dots and you tell them, I'm going to lock the screen in 5 seconds. So go ahead and make your decision and lock screen. And then if you try to move your dot right now, you won't be able to move it. Okay, so that one's fun. And do I have one more here? Oh no, that was it. Okay, that was it for all of our practicing with the features. So just moving on here.
So
All right.
really quick,
Yeah.
can I ask something? So recap, all kids have to do from their Chromebook is open a tab, type in that address, and type in the code, and then they're, okay.
And then they're in. And I will tell you, so I've been teaching a series of digital citizenship with the 8th graders, and I've been pair decking the slides, and I will start by having them split their screens. And I even have a little 10-second video clip that I play of me doing a split screen on a Chromebook. And I think that's the best way for kiddos to do it. Now, a lot of students are not on devices that they can split screens, and they'll have to like tab back and forth. But yeah, they join, they go to join PD, or they're in your Google Meet, you tell them to get to joinpd.com and then type in the code, and that's it. All right, so
Jennifer?
Yeah.
So you said there's like a 2-minute video that you can show kids how to split their screen?
Yeah, I'll share that. I just, you probably can't see what I'm doing. Let me end my Pear Deck. You guys got to experience the student portion of it. So I'm just going to end this right now. One thing I will say, when you end your slides, and I'll get to that video in just a second, you see how it says ending session? We're going to publish student takeaways. So you save and end, and you can return to your slides. It takes a couple of minutes, but after you do that, you will get in your Google Drive an automatic folder created from Pear Deck, and then it will have all your takeaways in here per the lessons that you've taught, and it will have like everybody's individual slides. So like all the students that were in that lesson, it'll capture their, you know, this person didn't submit much here, but it'll capture their answers. And then I think it also emails the student the takeaways as well. So that's kind of interesting if you're looking for data for things. And then the split screen video was just a kind of a dorky one I quickly created. And I'm gonna take note of it and send you a link when I have brain space to find it.
Thanks. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, it's short and sweet. Okay. And okay, so let's go back here. And let's create our accounts. I think that's where we're at. So the training videos, I put a link to this in the Google Classroom. I Love Me, a video that's like 2 to 3 minutes long. Okay, if you want to capture people's attention, keep a video like 2 to 4 minutes. So all of the training videos are 2 to 4 minutes long. So I'm going to actually play the one that shows you as a brand new user creating your account. And this is going to be probably like a minute. So I'll play it for you and then you all can actually do it. Like hop on.
Ready to get started? To set up your account, go to peardeck.com and click Teacher Login. You'll be asked to take a second to complete your account.
Do you want me to pause it and do you want to follow along as we watch? So go to peardeck.com, create an account, and you're going to select teacher. I love that everything's synced through Google these days. It makes our lives so easy.
When you're done, you'll land in your Pear Deck home. Think of this as your launch.
I'm gonna pause it right there. So did everyone get an account created in a separate window? It's pretty easy.
Mine's asking me about my school.
Yeah, you can put in Siuslaw School District, and they actually they collect a lot of data. So there's also a spot somewhere where you can look at all of your engagements, like how frequently students are interacting, how frequently you've used the tool, and then they will track data on our district as well, which is kind of cool. Okay, so we all created accounts. All right, so let's have everybody open up some Google Slides. I think that because most of us live in our drive, like let's make sure the add-on is in our drive. So I said you can create slides from the Pear Deck website, but you can also just get moving from your drive. So everybody go to your drive, open some slides, and let's make sure that you add the add-on. That way you'll have the website account established, and then you'll have the add-on in your Google Drive, and you'll be ready to go. And the add-ons, if you don't have the Pear Deck, you're just going to go to Get Add-ons. And then you can search up top for Pear Deck. Man, I've been saying it as one word and it's two. Oops. You all let me know when you're good with the add-on. Ooh, look at that drawing of a planet Jupiter. That's beautiful. Okay. So we have created our account, we added the add-on, and now I think that let's have everyone just open an existing slide deck. So you can go to, again, Pear Deck, the home, and you can go here and create a lesson and start from scratch. But I think the fastest or easiest way to become acquainted with Pear Deck is to just pull up some slides that you've already created and just try layering in some interactive slides. So this is me starting from scratch right here. Or you can just find some random slides that you have, open them up. And so once you have your slides open, you're going to open Pear Deck for Google Slides add-on. So open that add-on. And you'll get, that's how you get the this Pear Deck toolbox on the right. And from your slides that you already had, to make a slide interactive, all you have to do is select one of your slides. Like let's say I wanted to add an interactive feature to this one. I just selected it, or I'm highlighted, I'm on it. And then I just, over here, click on what I want to do. Do I want people to respond with a text prompt? That's what I selected, and now it made that slide a text interactive prompt. And you can tell which type of interactive thing it added by down in the left-hand corner. So students, write your response. Okay, and like when I was on the other slides, like the multiple choice one down in the corner, it says ABC, students choose an option, or the drawing one, students draw anywhere. But that's literally all you do. Like you have your slide open, and then you select what you want to do over here, and it makes that slide interactive. There are really cool templates. So this is another thing I should show you. Do you have any questions about how to make those slides interactive? Were you all able to click on one and change it? Maybe. And here's the other thing I'll say is that I always, whenever I'm learning new tech tools, I have to create the thing and see it as the teacher. And then I have to open up another device and use my personal email and pretend to be the student and go back and forth. So I would recommend, that's how you figure out if you did it right with Pear Deck, is you create the slides and then practice using your own slides with another email account and go back and forth to see what it exactly looks like on the student end versus the teacher end. Are we good? Did we successfully do that? Are you ready to kind of move on to another thing, or do you want to?
So I successfully, I think, did it. There's a little pear at the bottom now saying, haha, do it. And I definitely now need that second device that you just said. So
yeah.
I'm adding it. I just don't know what it's going to look like.
What it's going to, yeah. So
I'm adding it.
Grab a Chromebook, grab your cell phone, and yeah, do you want, it's 3:30. Do you want me to stop my screen share and you can screen share and pretend to be the teacher and we'll join your slides? Are you sure? Okay, because we could do that if any of you want to do that right now. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, well here, let me show you one more thing and then let's do that. Let's just practice. The other thing I want to show you, there's so many features. And they have a template library, and I love these things. Some of my favorites are where are they now? The social emotional learning checks. Like when you all logged on today, it asked you to select a smiley face, and I could see that on my end. And so that's like a really great check at the beginning of class, like, ooh, how's everyone doing today? Are we okay? And then the social emotional, these are pre-made little slides. This one's always a cute one. What's filling your bucket? And I clicked on it, so hopefully it won't replace this totally. Oh, it just inserted that. So it just inserted this interactive slide. If I clicked start lesson and had you join, you all would be able to draw on this and talk about what's filling your bucket. So the social emotional ones are really good. And then, yeah, all of these are really good. The beginning of lesson, so if you already have a set of Google Slides for a lesson that you're working with right now, you don't even have to modify your current slides, you can just tuck in some of these interactive ones using the templates here. Ooh, and look at all the littles. Who teaches K1-2?
Me.
Yeah, so what's here? K1-2. Oh, fill in the missing letter.
Oh my gosh.
Circle the items that start with B. These are so awesome. Listen to the story, draw a picture of the setting. Oh, these are great. So lots of cool templates for all the different subject areas. Okay. I am going to, I think I have it enabled so you can screen share. So I just stopped my screen share. And do you want to go, do you have the option to down there?
I don't, sorry, I'm not familiar with Zoom. I'm barely learning.
No,
Google.
it's okay.
Do I have the ability to screen share in Zoom?
At the bottom, you should have a screen share on that
Share
bottom.
screen. It's a big thing that's green. That's delightful. So I would assume, okay, so like it's gonna look like a mess, but here we go. Okay, everything just went black. That's fun. So this is my screen, so I would start a lesson?
Yeah, and then we'll join your lesson.
Okay, so I'm starting a lesson. I can always change this later. Okay.
Yeah, do instructor paste.
Oh yeah, I'm in charge.
And then we are all going to go to join PD. And then we'll enter orange quizzes gladly form warm drums.
I have 2 students. How exciting.
I love your background.
Oh, thank you. Slides Mania. We found it in the springtime. They have a bunch of Google Slide templates that are cute.
They're really great. Nice.
I'll give it another 30 seconds if anyone else wants to join my very complicated math lesson. It is end of first grade, guys. Oh boy.
Oh, there's it says open teacher dashboard right there. I was doing this roundabout way. How silly of me. Why don't you click on that once? Yeah.
Click that? Okay.
Click it.
Welcome to teacher.
Yeah, got
Okay.
it.
You're projecting the join code.
I think you can close that now. You have 4 of us. You can close. I think we're good.
So I start my class.
All right.
Hey, and okay, so on my end, I can see things. So hi guys, welcome to place value. So if I click this, does it move? It does. We're gonna help this dinosaur named Friedrich. He needs help solving these problems, guys. Where was the one that I did this for? So this one doesn't have a response, correct?
No response. Yep.
Okay, hold on.
I love your slides, and your Bitmoji game is strong.
Oh, thank you. We needed to throw the place value in the trash when we were subtracting. Here we go.
Ooh.
So we have 42 plus 70. Click and drag the place value to help you, and then choose an option. Can they click and drag it on theirs?
You can just do one interactive thing at a time.
Okay,
Yeah, so it's just showing us the ABC multiple choice.
got it. So could I have had, oh, look at that. Someone's answering, and more kids are answering. Yay! I made it really challenging. That's awesome. And that's like in real time.
Yeah.
That I can see. Can you guys see this? Like, this is what I see it on mine.
We're looking at just the slides that you're presenting.
Okay.
But yeah, isn't that the teacher dashboard is so cool like that?
It is. I have a phone that's ringing and I don't know how to stop sharing. End.
Yeah, there you go, end. Yeah, and then like, yeah, when you clicked end and it popped up that thing for the takeaways, that's where you can save. Okay. All right.
There we go. And now I stopped sharing. Sorry, guys.
Oh, good. That was good. Did that help you get a feel of?
Absolutely. Like that was wonderful to be in like the teacher side and to see what it looked like on the side. Whereas like, cause I couldn't figure out what slide I had made a Pear Deck, but then I realized it was a tiny, like, here's my slide, and right next to it was a multiple choice little option. So you actually can see like, oh, this one's the Pear Deck. If for some reason you have like an interactive one, like all of those were a click and drag.
Oh,
And so if I didn't Pear Deck it, could they then still click and drag it? I don't know. These are the questions I now have.
so they were draggable before we Pear Decked?
Yes.
Okay.
But I also only shared with you the one that I Pear Decked. And so there was a slide that I hadn't Pear Decked yet. Would they be able to interact with that?
I don't know.
I
Do you
don't
want to share? Do you want to screen share again and have us try it out?
I feel horrible.
This is how we learn.
I'm
This is
just
the
taking
advantage of
so
having
much
a
of your
small group.
time. All right. That means you guys have to join my class again.
Well, that means that we're getting a lot of practice.
That's true. Okay, here we go. Okay, start the lesson.
I think all I had for us at the very end is I wanted to talk about Flashcard Factory and Pear Fair. Okay. So.
Okay, friends, can you see my code?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Joinpd.com and GBMHPJ.
Thank you to my 3 students. I'm going to start class because we don't really need to do the same question again. We just want to see if we can click and drag. So here is a slide that I did not Pear Deck. It's just a slide that I had created in the spring. Can you guys click and drag it?
Not able to click and drag.
Okay.
I'm not. Is anybody else able?
Okay. So it's it took that click and drag option from the slides and it made it like just one solid image.
Yeah.
Which is good to know.
Good to know. I'm glad we're testing this out.
Yes. And this one, Friedrich will need to do this. I didn't know what the response was going to be, but.
So if you Pear Deck one slide, you Pear Deck all your slides.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It sounds like it. Friedrich is cute. Oh, thank you, Mrs. McKenzie. Okay. I will stop sharing. Thank you guys for letting me.
You know, again, good to know is that just one thing to think about is when you're using Pear Deck, you don't have to Pear Deck your whole entire lesson either. Like when I've been with the 8th graders, I Pear Deck up front for the chunk that I want to get feedback from them. And then I'll end my slides because if you've seen how I teach, I'm constantly clicking around on tabs, as most of us probably are. That's just how I live and teach. And yeah, so I don't use Pear Deck sometimes for the whole entire lesson. I'll use it just for a portion. Yeah. Hey, there's one other thing I really want to, I just want to talk about it. I want to briefly mention it. We have about 5 minutes left. And it's called Flashcard Factory. Has anyone heard of Flashcard Factory before? So I might do one quick screen share again and have you all kind of try this out or see what we can try out within the next 5 minutes. Flashcard Factory I used before when we still had students face-to-face. And so if I go to it's a fun vocabulary game, and I was talking about it at the very beginning. So here I am at that portal, that Pear Deck portal where we created our accounts, and right here what says Pear Deck vocabulary, create a vocab list. I believe I was trying this out, and I wonder if I must not have saved my old list, but let's we're doing digital citizenship right now, so here's a word and here's a definition. And you can add, let's say you've got several words. I'm just coming up with a couple. So you put in your terminology and then you click Play Flashcard Factory. Okay, I see it on the projector. Will you all try this out with me again? So open another tab and type in that code. And so I played this before in person, and students with their Chromebooks would partner up and interact, kind of like with Quizlet Live. Did you all play Quizlet Live before we went into distance learning land? Quizlet Live is like the same thing where everyone's on their own device, but you form teams, and a Quizlet Live will automatically create random teams, and kids would on their screen see what team they were supposed to and run and find that person in the classroom. So that's how I'm used to doing Flashcard Factory. Students would partner up. So I'm just trying to wrap my brain around how we could still maybe use this in distance learning land. So it shuffled you into teams. So this is where you would run around the classroom and find your partner so you could work with them. And then I click Let's Play. And again, it's using drawing with vocabulary, because there's so much brain science that tells us that students learn better when we connect the things. So students are now working on their flashcards. So on your end right now, you should see, it's going to first ask you, you tell me what you're seeing. What are you seeing? So we had, who is the orange team?
Me and Costa.
Yeah.
Can you describe to us, or here, maybe I should do, I'm going to
It
stop.
says,
You can share your screen and show us.
oh, okay. See, I think it looks like this.
I think Nita got the easier word. I have to draw digital citizenship. I think she got hat. Oh no, you also got digital citizenship. Yay!
I did, yeah.
I was gonna be real mad.
So go ahead and just like clunk away. So it asks you to draw something, and then it asks you to give an example, right?
It asked me to write something.
Oh, and I bet.
Me to draw.
Yeah, so that's why you work in the pairs. So one student will be asked to draw, the other student will be asked to write the example, and then it flip-flops. So Jill, why don't you type something in there just so we can see.
Do I have to enter if I?
I think you click I'm done writing.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would work. There we go.
Okay, so this is the flashcard that the two of you together created.
Ah.
And then on the far right where it says looks good, ship it, will you click that button, Jill? And then I'm going to show you what I see on my teacher end. Okay, so if you want to stop your screen share, or do we want to watch you draw a hat?
Whoops. I got to make this big again. Hang on.
Have something you wear
Oh,
on your
stop
head.
share. Okay, there we go.
But you could see what the students see, right? And how you have partners to create one word. And then let me just show you again on my screen as the teacher. So here are all see the little flashcards coming in on the, what do you call this, conveyor belt? And then so once you give students enough time, or whatever chunk of time you give them to work on the vocabulary, then as the teacher you click quality control. And as a class you can say, is this a good image and a good definition for digital citizenship? Yeah, I'm going to say yes. Check mark. You get the stamp of approval. Hat, something you wear on your head. That's a lovely drawing. Good job. And then these sets can be exported to GimKit Live. Now I love Quizlet, and up until December of last year, you could export them into Quizlet, and it would even retain the kids' images into your Quizlet sets. So I haven't even tried this export to GimKit, and GimKit is, and you can share straight to your Google Classroom. And you can go to straight to the set in GimKit. And I have not played GimKit in at least a year. GimKit, again, kind of reminds me of Kahoot with some games, so like you can wager bets. Have you played GimKit, Heather? No, okay. But yeah, Flashcard Factory, super cool. I just have not wrapped my brain around, I haven't used it in a completely digital environment yet. But you could still have, like, we all just partnered up digitally to create those flashcards, and you could see how maybe it could be a fun tool, maybe, for your kiddos. So I'm going to stop my screen share now. And yeah, what are your questions? I think it's time to wrap up. And the last thing I was going to say is that there's a Pear Fair festival coming up. It's on Saturday, November 14th. It's free. So if you go to Pear Fair 2020, you can sign up for some free PD. I'll check it out and I'll share out whatever I find at the Pear Fair. But what are your questions right now about using Pear Deck?
What did you say the date was for that?
It is November 14th. It's on a Saturday, and the time is it's either Eastern or Central. So for us, it is 7 a.m. to 7 to noon. And I did register, and it seems like most conferences I'm registering for lately will send you the video recordings after the fact, so I can share those if someone's not able to make it and you wanted to. But any questions about Pear Deck? I mean, do you feel like you could Pear Deck some slides and use them tomorrow? Would you recommend this to a colleague? Or for the session that we're going to do again on Thursday, any room to improve comments so we can make that session better?
I guess for me, it's just I need to play with it more because a lot of the like draggable options and the draw options.
With a free account, I think those are two that aren't included in the free account, but you should have the option, you should see somewhere when you're in Pear Deck, the option to sign up for the 30-day free trial of premium access. And then, you know, we'll see down the road if we can get our district, if we have enough interest, if we can get the district to maybe purchase district-wide access, that would be great.
So the app we requested for Pear Deck to be on Clever, which Chris Robotham told me I didn't need that because it was already part of like our Google Classroom, I guess. So, so that's the free version that we have because we asked for the connection to it. Okay. So it's not the paid version. Okay.
So I did just sign up for the 30-day premium because it seemed like it was my only option. So I clicked sure. So what goes away in 30 days? My drawing ability? Because I was really excited for that for the littles.
Yeah, it might be going away. You know what? I'm hopping on right now. I want to know how much because my free trial ends in 6 days.
That's what I was gonna ask you, Heather, if it said how much it is.
Yeah.
I already pay for Go Noodle, but this would be worth it if, yeah, because I like it. At some point, yeah, you got to cut off yourself.
I know, right? My husband and I,
Your money.
every year, we have to set a limit.
Yeah.
Before the school year starts, we have a limit for supplies and we have a limit for donating of funds. Because aren't we always buying our stuff, food and like, you know, why can't I find a price?
Hey Jen, I want to say it's $149 for an annual subscription, but I can't find out if that's with an educator discount.
Okay, so I mean it's a good chunk of cash, but is it worth it for the school year? I mean I've used Pear Deck already this school year alone, probably like 20 times. So, and I'm not in a regular classroom like you all are. So, I mean, I guess that you just have to make that decision if it's worth the cost. Is the tool worth the cost? Yeah, but I will investigate the educator cost as well as like what does it look like for a whole school district, a small school district. We're so small, you know, maybe we'll get a really good rate. And I'll get back to you all on that. Okay, well, it's 3:51. Are we ready to conclude? Any final questions or?
This was really helpful. I like being able to like get like just enough that I can then go play with it, which I feel like you gave us. Like I saw what like it looks like from the students, and now I can be like, okay, let me play with it as the teacher. I'm still reeling my head around like trying to make my 6-year-olds type 6 different letters where they can't see it because they have to open up a new tab. And that's kind of giving me like, how do I do that? But that's not a Pear Deck problem. That's just a how do I get them to find letters problem.
Yeah, no, I've been thinking about that more and more. And you all know I come from secondary land, and so I'm trying to shift and differentiate and figure out how things will work for primary. And yeah, opening another tab is a task in and of itself. So I get it.
It's true for 3rd graders too, Heather.
Yeah.
Getting them to open up another tab. Stay here and then open another tab so that I want you to look at this.
Yeah, and please, will you all please keep sharing with me your tips and tricks? Like Heather, when you were saying with Destiny Discover, like we can get them to select topic and level. Like that helps me teach other classes. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you all. And